Welcome. Now is the time to apply some of the learnings that you've had in this class with a case study. This case study is about Kaizen events. Before we begin, let me introduce you to the story. San Simeon Assembly is a company specializing in OEM assembly and some fabrication. Their largest customer is EVS Corporation, which has been on a successful lean journey for 4 years and has asked their key supplier, San Simeon Assembly, to begin implementing lean with their help. EVS has helped them to map a current and future state value stream for the EVS product lines within their facility. One of the improvements that came out of the mapping workshop was to create a one-piece flow cell. The Kaizen event described in this case study is based on this activity. Your job will be to advise San Simeon Assembly after their event by answering 3 questions, which are written in the PDF version of the case study, which you can download from this e-learning lesson. Let's jump into this exercise. Allow me to begin by introducing the team. First, we have Mary Jones, EVS Lean Coordinator, who facilitated the event. Next is George Metropolis, San Simeon Industrial Engineer and Kaizen Event Team Leader. Next, 3 operators. 1 from subassembly, 1 from final assembly, and 1 from test. Next, we have Jane Francis, San Simeon Test and Assembly Supervisor, an operator from another manufacturing process, Frank Cruz, Maintenance Manager, and EVS Industrial Engineer Phil Edwards. Let's listen in on a conversation between Mary Jones and George Metropolis to learn more.
Hi Mary, thanks so much for your help thus far. Can you tell me what kinds of information and things to gather in preparation for this event?
Certainly. In fact, I've written them on the whiteboard. First, let's get the work instructions for subassembly, assembly, and test processes. Next, get a current detailed layout of each area. I'll provide a sales forecast since we're the customer. Then, can you make a matrix showing each product and which processes they go through? We'll also need stopwatches for team members to use for timing work elements. Colored tape for taping the floor. Various tools and cleaning supplies. Then, stuff for our conference room. Flip charts and markers, and sticky notes for brainstorming.
Thanks. I'll get these in place for the event.
The event was to begin Monday morning at 8 a.m. The team leader introduced the president of San Simeon Assembly to kick off the meeting. The president welcomed everyone to the event. He then talked briefly about the relationship between EVS Corporation and San Simeon, stressing the importance of lean and Kaizen. He then explained how important this team was to the success and survival of the organization and the future success of the implementation of lean. Finally, he discussed some of the key goals of the event. The president specifically mentioned the goal of creating a cell that would eliminate several days of work-in-progress inventory. EVS Corporation's Lean Coordinator then began by asking each participant to introduce themselves and talk about their role in the company and experience with Lean. Now, let's see what was covered in the training.
Now that we've had some fun with introductions, let's talk about some training that we're going to do up front. First of all, we'll spend about 2 hours on basic concepts of Lean and the Toyota production system, 7 wastes, takt time, 5S principles, etc. Then, we'll focus on creating one-piece flow cells. We'll talk about selecting products for cells, timing and analyzing work elements, line balancing, cell design and layout, scheduling, and material delivery. Finally, we'll do some team dynamics training, strengths and weaknesses of teams, and why teams are important for Lean.
After the training portion of the program and shop floor observation, Mary broke the team up into 3 sub-teams. She then asked each individual to rank the top 5 problems in the area on a piece of paper. After 10 minutes, she asked the sub-teams to work together to rank the top 5 problem areas as a team. After 15 minutes, she asked each sub-team to present their version of the top 5 problems and how they achieved this. Finally, as a complete team, they rank each key problem. Now, let's see the results of this exercise.
Awesome job! So, let's review. The top 5 issues are: 1. Inconsistency. Operations are done differently by different people. 2. Poor communication. There is a lack of communication between manufacturing areas, especially subassembly and assembly, and between production planning and manufacturing areas. 3. Material delivery issues. Very often, operators are getting their own parts for assembly, resulting in lower productivity. 4. Expediting. Too many orders are expedited through the area. And 5. Searching for tools. Operators are often wasting time looking for tools.
The next step in the process was analysis of the current state. Using the same 3 subteams used in the team exercise above, the subteams focused on breaking work into work elements, collecting times for each work element, and drawing spaghetti diagrams for each workflow. The 3 teams focused on sub-assembly processes, final assembly processes, and test processes. After the subteams completed this task, each subteam posted the information in the conference room and presented their findings to the entire group. This completed the current state analysis. Have you made some notes from the case thus far? Excellent. Now, watch part 2 of this case exercise to see what happens next. Then answer the 3 questions in the case.